Hello and welcome to the Freedym Show. This is the daily show featuring 10-minute practical, usable advice from amazing lifestyle entrepreneurs, because it's not just about the money, it's about the freedom. And I am Ryan Lee, your host, your teacher, your coach, your mentor, and the founder of Freedym.com, the leading online education platform for freedom-minded people just like you. And if you want our special gift, just text the word freedom, that's F-R-E-E-D-Y-M, to the number 33444. Again, that's F-R-E-E-D-Y-M to 33444, and you'll get a very special gift. Now today, on the hot seat, you know we got 10 minutes on the clock. We dive right in. We got no fluff. We've got my friend Amy Scher, and Amy is someone I've known for a while. She was a client of mine. When I was going through some health issues about a year ago, she guided me through this amazing process over the phone. I can't even explain it. She calls herself an energy healer. She really is an energy healer and an author, and she now helps people basically get over all their issues, leave their baggage, all over the phone and on the internet. So it's a fascinating thing she does. I was like, well, a little skeptical, but when she did it, I mean, it just blew me away, and it worked. And I am now, a year later, like pain-free, just rocking through. So, Amy, I'm so happy to have you here. Oh,
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much.
I almost forgot to mention your site. It's Amy B. Scher, and let me spell you that. AMYBSCHER.com. Amy, we got 10 minutes. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I am ready.
So you are an energy healer. We're not going to spend a lot of time about what an energy healer is and how you found this gift. We just want to talk about the business of it now. Tell me how you transitioned from doing kind of offline, in-person, face-to-face energy healing, if you did that at all, to really a 100% virtual business.
I'll tell you, I used to see clients in person. I had offices all over California. I was flying and driving everywhere. And then I was doing some Skype for when I couldn't do that. And one day, my Skype broke, as Skype sometimes does. And I had to make up something so my client didn't panic. And I said, don't worry, I do it all the time over the phone. We don't need to see each other. What's your number? I'll call you right back. So as our Skype was freezing and doing all kinds of things, I got the phone number, I called her back, and we did the entire session over the phone. And I thought, that's the end of Skype for me, and I've never done another Skype or in-person session since.
Yeah, and our session, just as a history, you did it completely over the phone with me.
Yep.
And I remember that. So now, tell me what your business looks like. You know, what do you... I know there are phone sessions with clients. Do you charge per session? Do you charge monthly recurring fees? How does that look in terms of setting up your coaching programs?
So I do a little bit of both, and I'm transitioning into more of the online programs because there's only so much of me that can go around, so many hours in the day.
Right.
But I do all phone private sessions, one-on-one sessions that are an hour each. And then I also have an Amy Circle program, which is an online teleclass kind of setup where we have a private Facebook group, and that's a monthly program. And I am not planted, but I learned that from the wonderful Ryan Lee. And my entire business was set up from one of your first programs, which taught you what you needed to have on a website and to keep it simple, and all of those things, helped me launch my business in a way that I had enough diversity and enough authenticity and just the perfect combination. Even though I had a marketing background, I used to work for Harley Davidson. Your method was such a new way of looking at things, and it worked better than anything I ever did anywhere else.
Yeah, Harley Davidson, never even heard of them. Yeah, so now you've got this great business. What does it look like in terms of infrastructure? Do you have any people working for you, virtual assistants? Is it all you? Do you work from an office? Give us a little overview on that, Amy.
Yep, I have a home office that I work from. I have an assistant that I use only when I need somebody, but the rest I do myself. I've kind of learned, I outsource when I can, but there's so much of my business that is is just the personal touch that only takes a few seconds here and there to respond to my own emails. And I've noticed it makes all the difference. So I'm happy to do that, sometimes from the pool, sometimes from the yard, sometimes from my office. When I go on vacation, I have finally gotten to the point where I can really take a vacation. But before I unplugged completely, I would be able to answer my emails from anywhere. Because I have some programs I did last summer, a Learn to Love Yourself boot camp that I recorded that I continue to sell. Because I have some programs now as opposed to just one-on-one sessions, I'm actually able to have a lot more freedom than I did in the very beginning.
What does that look like in terms of the program? What's the charge? What did they get? How do you deliver it?
So it's a 5-week program, and I charge $79 for it. It's an hour each session with a workbook. It's something I did once, and once you record it once, it's done. My Amy Circle program is something I just do one call a month. That's on a different healing topic. Sometimes it's letting go of relationship stuff. Sometimes it's letting go of money fears, clearing business-related fears. Sometimes that's $29 a month. So I have enough coming in that when I do need to take a break from the client sessions, it's just the perfect way to do that.
That's great. And let's just talk a little bit tactically about doing that. So like the group, because I'm big into recurring revenue, and in the marketing world we call this continuity. So at $29 a month, you do one call a month. It's a live call, right? So people can get on and listen and interact.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They can ask questions, and I keep it pretty good to an hour. And then I also send out 2 mini MP3s. They're called on-the-go files, where they're 5 to 20 minutes, just quick things I record in my office or wherever I am. Nothing's live. And then I send those out twice a month. So they're hearing from me 3 times a month for that $29. And it takes me an hour and 20 minutes.
So simple. And what do you do to deliver these live calls? Do you a bridge line or?
Do you mean what program do I use?
Yes, exactly.
I use free conference calling, and then I just email my list with a personal note saying, hey team, so excited for those of you who are live. You know how cool this call was. For those of you who couldn't make it, you still get all the benefits. And I just keep it real positive, short, sweet, and positive, and it's working. Awesome.
It's just so amazing how nice and simple you can keep your business. You know, you're running it essentially by yourself from home. If you had to look now, what's the number one thing you're doing to drive new business into your world?
I'm going to give you a little bit of an energy woo-woo answer, but I think that being myself and making that come across on the website is the number one thing I've done the entire time. And I really, really learned a lot of that from you, was just be yourself, because there are so many other people that do what I do, but I have a 1.5 year waiting list for private clients right now. And I know that there are really talented energy healers out there and other people who do what I do, but people just feel like I'm real, like they can talk to me. I don't use any marketing buzzwords on my website. It's all exactly how I would speak in person, and that is the difference between me and some of the other people out there doing the same thing.
Because you use your story as someone who came into this. I feel you were from Jersey, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, my family's from New Jersey. Yep.
So you're a Jersey girl. You kind of discover you have this gift, and you were almost skeptical at first, right?
Yes.
And you play that into your story. Yeah.
Yes. I told people my story, and I was honest. I said at one time I thought this was crazy BS, but it was the only thing that healed me when nothing else could. And so I just keep it real. And when people talk to me, when we get to the time of our session, they always say, "Oh my gosh, you sound just like you do on your website." Like they feel like they know me, and I don't hold anything back. When my clients ask me a question, when someone emails me with a question, I'll tell them I can't think of a time when I've said no. And I think people just want to connect with real people, and that's what's made a difference for me.
I agree. And we're going to go off. We got about a minute left. It's amazing how fast this goes, doesn't it?
Really?
I mean, it really is amazing. And usually I stick to the business, but I want to do a little bit of a shift. What's the kind of number one advice you can give to people in terms of letting go of that baggage that's holding us back?
letting go. I think embracing that things are how they are now, and the more we live in the past, the more we blame the past for where we are now, the more we carry it forward. There's so much of an energy of being victimized. He did this to me. She did this. The insurance company didn't pay this, whatever. But as soon as we decide, we make the conscious choice to carry it forward, we are victimizing ourselves. And there has to be a choice that we either leave that victim behind or we have ourselves to blame.
There is no better way to end this this episode today. Amy, thanks. I just love I guess I'll use the word energy you brought today. I love the fact you're real. And as I said, you really helped me a lot. When we did those sessions a year ago, it was like a light bulb. And I was just, I was skeptical as well. And I was blown away by how almost instantly I felt a change. So,
awesome.
Truly. For anyone interested in learning more about Amy and her services and products and getting on her 1.5-year waiting list, her email, it's amybscher, SCHER.com. Amy, thank you again.
You're welcome. Have a great one, Ryan.
Thank you. This is Ryan Lee signing off for another episode of The Freedym Show. And as always, if you enjoyed this, please go to iTunes and rate us, rank us, comment, review, do whatever you got to do. Help us out. I really appreciate it. And as you know, tomorrow there's another episode coming your way every day, 7 days a week. We'll see you in 24 hours. Have an amazing day. Take care.